Namaste, namaste, and welcome to our Wednesday chair yoga session. But today we're going to start standing up. So we are going to sit down for a seated breath practice very soon, but for a getting going, she says, excuse me, we're going to start standing up. So come to standing with your feet nice and wide apart, comfortable, softness in the knees. And today we're going to start with the arms in cactus hands. So arms as if they were out at shoulder height, bent at the elbow, palms face forwards. We're going to keep that little softness in the knees, firm the belly muscles before we start, and then just gently twist the upper body from side to side. So we're not trying to twist the hips. We're not resisting too strongly. If the hips move or if it feels more comfortable to you to move the hips, that's fine. And try drawing your shoulder blades a little bit towards each other behind the back to open your chest. Let your head follow the movement. And then perhaps you can feel that resistance across the abdominal muscles, and maybe we can let the hips move a little bit more here. Now, if that doesn't suit your knees, if they're sensitive, feel free to pivot on your toes. I personally find it a little bit more comfortable to pivot on my toes than to keep my feet absolutely still. And then we're going to try reaching our arms across the body. So reaching the fingertips away from you as you twist. I would like you to pull the other elbow back behind you. So imagine you're pulling the opposite elbow back behind you and you'll get a little bit more twisting through the rib cage. Let's try this, pointing the arms up as well. So pulling that elbow back and down as you reach the opposite arm up. Nice diagonal reaching. And then we'll point the arms down as well. I'm pulling the elbow up now on the opposite arm. Let's go back to our sideways and see if you can add a little bend in your knees. Now you don't need to do that, but if you can, that little sort of soft bounce. Maybe you've slowed your movement down a little bit. You might be noticing that your heart rate is increasing. That's okay too. So we'll go up as well. So bend in the knees in the center, drawing the opposite elbow down. And then we'll go down. Still bending the knees in the center, drawing the opposite elbow up. And then finally, we're going to come back to center, just do a little sway, maybe relax the arms completely, a little bit more like our traditional Kati Chakrasana, and allowing the body to come softly back to a steady position in the middle. I like to square my feet up, but you don't have to. And take a moment just to notice the effect of your practice. Maybe take a releasing breath and exhale through the mouth. Very good. When you're ready, you can gently roll your shoulders. We'll do a few rolls in this direction and in the opposite direction too. And then allowing the arms to be nice and steady and the shoulders as well. A few neck movements. So turning the head from side to side, trying to keep that length through the throat underneath the chin and also in the back of the neck. And you don't have to turn far. There's no gold star, unfortunately, for being able to turn your head the furthest in this class. And then head in the center. Just a gentle ear to shoulder on each side. And you might, I'm sort of going about halfway because that feels good. I don't want to overstretch at this early stage. Then coming back to center, taking your chin towards your chest. Oh, that feels good. Maybe just taking a moment here to smile, relax the throat, relax the tongue. And then if it feels good, you can roll the right ear to the right shoulder and chin back to the chest, and left ear to left shoulder and chin to chest. A couple of times in each direction. Just easing through the sides of the neck. If you want to, you can do little full circles. But of course, that's completely optional, as are all of these movements. And the opposite way if you're circling. Just doing something softer or more gentle if you prefer. Coming back to center when you're ready, and we'll do fingertips towards the shoulders. Could be the chest, it could just be floating on top of the shoulders, and then elbows together and elbows apart. So starting quite full with our circles, because we've done lots of warming up with the shoulders already. And if you want to, you can coordinate breath and movement together by breathing in as you draw the elbows in front and up, and breathing out as you draw the shoulder blades back and down. Let's do one more in this direction. And then we'll go the opposite way as well. So just rolling, perhaps not such a full circle, the first 2 or 3. And then when you're ready, you can coordinate the breath and movement together as well, if you like, by breathing in as the elbows go back and up, breathing out as the elbows come towards each other and down. Let's do one more. And relaxing the arms down to the side, giving them a bit of a shake, giving anything else in your body that needs a bit of a shake as well. So let's take the hands onto the hips for a little bit of wakening up of the side bodies. And so with a little softness in the knees, just gently waving the upper body from side to side. So we're not trying to get anywhere in particular, we're just doing a little side. Try not to lean forward as you do this. Side to side, a little firmness in the belly, maybe even a little bit of action on the buttocks. And then I'd like you to think about, I can't remember who it was that did the dancing that was like this, where you dip the shoulder forward and then come up, and dip the shoulder forward and come up. I have a feeling it was something to do with 1970s rock, but just ignore me. Feel free to let me know, okay? So a little forward bend and return, a little forward bend and return to center. Then with the knees nice and soft in the middle, let's make some hip circles. This feels more like the time warp. I don't know what it is, my obsession with things. And then go the opposite way as well. If you're feeling a Rocky Horror Picture Show, feeling vibration from within, then that's all good. You channel that into these movements. Brilliant stuff. And coming back up to center, let's do just a few more little things for the shoulders. So reaching the arms out to the side, and your feet can be comfortable distance apart. You're going to turn the left palm upwards, the right palm stays downwards, and then we're going to rotate the arms. So opposite arm turns up, or hand turns up and hand turns down. And then once you're into this, you can make that rotation go a little bit further if you can, rolling the arms or the hands as far round in the opposite directions as you can. And once that feels okay, or perhaps it doesn't, and you just want to keep working towards that, but you can then move in the shoulders as well. So it's just the upper back and the chest here that are moving, perhaps a little bit into the middle back as you move backwards and forwards. The arms stay long, there's no bending of the elbows. There can be a softness in the elbows, but no bending. Lovely job. And then just gently coming back to more neutral position before floating your arms down to the side, giving your shoulders a bit of a roll to release. Brilliant stuff. And then we're going to, I'm just turning sideways for viewing. We're going to take the palms facing upwards, reach the arms out to the side, a little pulling of the belly in as we reach the thumbs back behind the body to open the chest. Maybe even look up slightly if that feels okay in the back of the neck. If it doesn't, hold your head in a neutral position. But if you can, excuse me, if you can, looking up slightly and breathing. As you breathe, send your breath into the palms of the hands. And breathing back into the center of the chest. Breathing out into the palms of the hands. Breathing back into the center of the chest. Head back to neutral. Turn the palms down and just float the arms to the side. Again, giving a little bit of a wiggle. Fabulous. And then we're going to finish our arm exploration by taking the palms of the hands and pressing them out as we lengthen the underneath of the arms away from us, drawing the shoulders down and the shoulder blades a little bit towards each other. So try to bring your fingers back towards your body as much as you can. And you can see from my wrists that they don't do very much on their own. So they're not able to, I'm not able to get a right angle there at the wrists. So we hold as we breathe, maybe sighing out through the mouth. If this brings up a lot of stuff for you, which it does for me. And then we're going to just relax the wrists and float the arms down. And then we're going to help the wrists to do a little bit more. So having your left hand palm up in front of you, just holding the fingers with your right hand, and then lengthen your wrist away from you. And you can see that now that flexion on the wrist is much more pronounced because I'm giving it a bit of a help. And you don't need to lift your arm up. You just want to keep your arm long. So your left arm is long, not locked, but long. Drawing the fingers back towards the forearm. Just taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And we're going to relax that hand, just give it a little shake. Do the same thing with the other side. So reaching the right palm, right hand palm up, holding onto those fingers with the left hand, and then lengthening the arm so that you get that flexion in the wrist. And this is really good for the wrists. It's really nice to create that stretch, that length, that space across the wrist. And so sometimes your thumb is sort of floating in the air. Try not to let it bend. Try to let it be long and back towards the fingers. We'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out before relaxing and letting go. Just giving the hands a bit of a shake out. Fantastic stuff. So let's do a little bit in our downward facing dog before we sit down. So coming into downward facing dog with the back of your chair, hands on your seat, walk your feet away, making sure that your feet are at least hip width, maybe as wide as your body apart, softening the knees and lengthening your tailbone behind you so that your torso is more towards parallel with the floor. It doesn't do us any great amount of good to sag into the armpits here. So press down into the chair so you feel the strength across your upper back, lift in your belly muscles, and then with really soft knees, just swaying the tailbone from side to side, or if you prefer, you can lengthen one leg and then the other. So a sort of paddling through, which also sways your tailbone a bit from side to side, but extends through one leg and then the other. If you want to, you can gently look from side to side, a little sway of the nose. And then coming back to center, we're going to press firmly down into the arms to walk our feet in. Take a moment holding onto the chair, just to feel that we're really secure before we let go. Awesome stuff. Okay, So we're going to do downward dog again, but we're going to lift one leg. So I want to show you before you do it, although we might have done this quite recently, but just in case. So here I would like the feet a little bit closer together so that the leg that remains on the floor is stable. I still want to lengthen my tailbone and have that downward pressure through the hands to create strength in the upper body. I'm going to slide one foot back, and it might be enough just to hold that foot on the floor. Notice that my standing knee is a little bit bent. And if you want to, you can raise and lower the leg behind you. You can either flex through the heel or point through the toe, whichever feels strongest for you. Okay, so that's what we're going to do together. Hands onto the chair, walk your feet away, have your feet or at least your knees towards each other. Let's do our left leg first. So press down into the chair with your hands, slide your left foot back. And if that feels strong enough, you can simply slide your left foot in, knee bent, and then slide your left foot long, leg long. So we can do a couple of these with the toes still on the floor, maybe just one more. For anyone who would like to do a little bit more, the right knee is a little bit soft. We're going to lift the left leg up to wherever feels good and lower. Firm belly, firm buttocks, pressing down with the hands at the same time to really feel the support from the chair. You can do as many of these as feels comfortable. Let's aim for 5. We'll do one more. And then we're going to slide that foot in. We're going to take a break in between. So we're going to walk the feet towards the chair to stand tall. Relax the arms down to the side if you don't need to hold on to the chair, and wriggle the sides of the body, the shoulders, the hips. And if that doesn't suit you today, it's okay. It's just one practice from our whole lesson. Just sit it out, relax, and wait while we do the other side. Hands onto the chair, walk the feet away. Make sure that your feet are towards each other and underneath the center of the body as you relax your torso long. Press down with the hands, slide your right leg back, softness in your left knee, and then bring your right knee so that your foot comes back towards the left. Sliding the leg back and forwards, firm belly, firm buttocks, one more. And then if you want to do more, sliding that right foot back, lifting and lowering. We'll do 5 of these, or up to 5 of these. Firm belly, firm buttocks, just 2 more to go. Nice relaxed back of the head, back of the neck. I can't remember how many I've done, so I'm going to do one more. Sliding your feet in, and then we're going to take the feet nice and wide, and again just sway the hips from side to side. So just gently releasing in that downward facing dog. From here, looking towards your chair, walking your feet in. Woo! Good work, girls. Relax the arms, give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, and you'll be pleased to know we're coming to sit down on our chairs now. At least I hope you're pleased to know that. Okay, super stuff. So all of those movements that we've made, particularly where we move a lot with the arms, are they create an increased demand on our cardiovascular system, and that's good. That's how we maintain our fitness, where we raise our breath level and our heart rate a little bit, and then we give ourselves an opportunity for that to come back down to center. So let's do that now with the hands on the thighs, sitting really tall, closing the eyes a little, and taking a moment just to allow all of the effort from the body to soften. Allowing the body a moment to get into this new shape, this new orientation of being seated. Relaxing the features of the face and the shoulders. Let's take one deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Very good. Opening your eyes whenever you're ready. Awesome stuff. Okay, so we want enough of our seat on the chair so it feels nice and secure. And if you want to, you can widen your knees a little bit. You don't have to. So we're going to again do coordinated movements with the arms, and we're going to use our legs as well. So just watching for this, we're going to reach the left arm behind us, opening the chest, and the elbow can be nice and bent here. It doesn't need to be long. And then we're going to reach the left elbow and the right knee together by pressing into the left foot to lift the right knee off the floor. So it's a reach behind us, almost like a twist, a lengthening, and then a twist in the opposite direction, where we close the front of the body. Now, if lifting the right knee off the floor just doesn't work for you, you can lengthen and then you can round your body, bringing your left elbow towards your right knee, which is what we're going to all do next anyway, okay? So see how you go. Let's just allow the right arm to be supportive here. It could be on your waist, it could be on your seat, it could be on your thigh, or just resting by your side. Left elbow bent with the palm facing forwards as if you were going to give a wave, smashing stuff. And then we're going to reach behind us with the left elbow. We can look a little bit to the left, so we open the chest and then bring the left elbow forward, looking towards the right now, and the knee and the elbow together. Open up to the left, a little bit of a twist, and then rounding and bringing the elbow and knee together. Let's do 2 more of these, nice and open, and then rounding, twisting the head and the chest also to the left, and then twisting to the right. Coming back to center, we're going to relax this left arm down, let the arm hang, swing, or roll the shoulder, whatever feels good, before resting that hand on the left thigh or wherever you're going to rest it. Right palm facing forward, elbow out at about shoulder height. We're going to turn to the right, opening the chest, and then draw the right elbow and the left knee towards each other. Sit tall, open the chest, turning and twisting back towards the left, elbow and knee towards each other. Opening 2 more, elbow and knee, 1 more, elbow and knee. Very good. Coming back to center, just relaxing the right arm down, letting it swing or rolling the shoulder, whatever feels good. So now we're going to bring the feet towards each other and keeping the knees pinned towards each other, the ankles softening, kissing gently each other. There we are. We don't need to pin anything. We can do soft kissing instead. Arms a little bit wide, but down now, twisting to the left, coming back to the center, twisting to the right. A little firmness in the belly as we do 2 more to each side. One more to each side. Very good. Coming back to center, we're going to widen the knees again. And this time, if you want to, you can turn your toes out and you can let your knees fall a little further out if you want to as well. So now we're going to do a very similar practice, but we're instead of reaching with the elbow, if you want to, you can reach the whole arm over. And then as you come back, we're folding and twisting. So this might not suit everybody, and that's okay. So you don't have to fold all of the way. You can simply reach in the opposite direction. Okay, let's start with the left arm first. So we're going to reach the left arm out, and out behind us as we twist a little behind us. And then we're going to reach all the way forward. And if you can, just leaning slightly forward, you can bring your elbow down. You can reach towards the floor if you like. 2 more, reaching all the way over in one direction and then all the way forward in the other direction. Little firmness in the belly. A twist and side bend and fold. And then we're going to reach all the way up in the center and just reach the arm down to the side. So lovely 3 to each side. In the center, give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, anything that needs wiggling, maybe even a little bit of a shake of the wrists. And the same thing with the right side. So we're reaching the right arm up and over and behind us, twisting a little bit to the right, and reaching up and over and folding forward, but towards the left. Reaching up and over, firm in the belly. Nice big sort of rainbow sweeping of the arm. Last one, up and over. And up and over the opposite way. Finish by reaching up in the center and allowing that arm to settle down to the side. Fantastic stuff. Lovely job. Let's bring our feet towards each other. And again, we'll do a little bit of twisting, but this time we're going to hold our twists. So reaching the arms wide but down, we'll twist to the left and hold here. So if you want to, you can use your hands on your chair seat or back and your right hand on your left leg to gently provide a little bit of traction to ease your shoulders a little bit more to the left. But that's not necessary. You can simply hold where you get to if you prefer. Allow the shoulder blades to come down the back as you lengthen the back of the neck and lift the crown of the head. And then for anyone who wants to, you can gaze towards that left shoulder, moving the head a little bit more into the twist for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Turn to the front by turning the head and then unwinding the spine, turning a little to the opposite side and back to the center again. Great stuff. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Give ourselves a bit of a shimmer if we need it. And then arms wide but low, turning to the right, securing with your right hand a hold on the chair in some way, and with your left hand on the outside of the right leg. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back, lengthening through the back of the neck, and taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. If you want to, you can turn your head rather to the right, not your right head. Hopefully we're all a bit right in the head. But head to the right if you'd like a little bit more of a twist. Just checking that the shoulders are still relaxed. Maybe a touch of effort in the belly muscles, and another long deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's turn to the front with only the head. Release the hands, unwind the spine a little to the opposite side and back to center. Great stuff. So now we've done that more formal twist, we're going to do a more formal forward bend as well. So before we go into the forward bend all of the way, let's do a little spinal undulation this way. So hands onto the legs wherever feels comfortable. Towards the knees is probably best. We're going to open the chest as we look forward. Imagine you're sticking your tailbone out a little bit, firm in the belly, and then draw the chest and the chin forward. And when they come forward to the point that feels good for you, press into the hands, round through the back, take the chin to the chest so you're sitting more upright again. And then from here, looking up, opening the chest, sticking your bottom out a little bit, sticking your chest out, coming forward, firm in the belly, and then pressing into the hands to round through the back, chin to chest, up to upright. One more like this. Inhaling forward. And rounding through the spine, exhaling back to center. Very good. And then from here at the top, I'd like to add a little lift with the arms for our breath. So as you inhale, reach the arms out or up. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the center of the chest. Let's do two more of those. Inhaling out and up. Feel the shoulder blades coming down the back as you lift the chest. Exhaling, head back to neutral, hands to the center of the chest. One more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Very good. Then here, we're going to release the hands to the knees. Inhale. And as you exhale, slide forward. reaching the hands all the way down towards the floor and draping your body as much as feels comfortable towards the floor. Now, if you would like the support of your thighs, you can bring your knees a little bit closer together and just rest your body onto your thighs. Or if you've got a little bit more room to move and you want to forward fold a little bit deeper, widen your knees enough that you can get your body between them. For a little deep breath. Now, wherever you are, relax the back of the head. If you can easily touch the floor, turn the backs of the hands to the floor. That's quite nice. If you don't easily touch the floor, you can hold wrist to wrist or elbow to elbow in front of the body. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then relaxing your hands towards your ankles or feet. Press into your feet. Round through the spine, chin to chest, rolling up one vertebra at the time until you come up to sitting, and take a moment in sitting, just in case you feel a little bit dizzy or woozy. Allow your body and your blood to get back into a more neutral shape. Fantastic stuff. Okay. So now we're going to do a little bit of our warrior poses like we did last week. So let's bring the left leg into the center and turn on our chairs so that the right leg is pointing towards the right side. Very good. And then we're going to just turn that left hip. So both sides of the pelvis are pointing towards the right and the left knee is pointing downwards. Excellent stuff. And you can slide that left leg back behind you if you want to open the space on the left side of the pelvis, if that feels comfortable. You don't need to do that if it doesn't feel comfortable. Okay, so we're going to take the right hand. We can do anything we want with the right hand. We can have it on our thigh, on our hip, on the chair, wherever is good. Firm the belly muscles just a little bit, and let's make some big circles with our left hand. So the right hand supporting, big circles with the left hand. And just feel the torso rotating so you feel open across the chest. We'll do two more. Lovely. I can see some beautiful, graceful arms on the screen. And then here, we're going to turn towards that right foot and then reach both arms up. Press into your left heel as you open your chest. You can have your hands at Namaste if that feels more comfortable. If you can, opening the arms upwards. We're going to take just the right hand down and come to a more neutral position with the spine, maybe hand onto the hip, and then reach the left arm behind the chair. So towards the back of the chair as we lean towards the right elbow. Come back to the center and then leaning over towards the back of the chair again. One more back to center, leaning over towards the back of the chair. We'll come back to center, relax the left arm down to the side. We're going to slide that left knee forward so that the feet are together, and then do our little ballet feet back to center. Very good. And here in the center, just doing any wiggling that feels good. Maybe a little shoulder wiggling, maybe a little shimmying. Let's do some wrist circles as well. So long fingers, rolling the wrists, really open hands. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. And just noticing as we roll in the wrists, how much the elbows move, how much the arms move, how connected those movements are. Awesome stuff. Let's do the other side. So turning the left knee to point towards the left foot to point towards the left, the right knee to point downwards. You can sit a little bit more towards the edge of your chair if you like. And here, if you want to, you can slide your right leg a little bit further back to open that space on the right side of the pelvis. Secure your left arm wherever it wants to be comfortable, and then firm in the belly, just making nice circles with the right hand and allowing your chest and your head to move with you. We're doing 5, so we're on number 3, Very good. And one more. Very good. And then twisting the chest towards that left side, so pointing in the same direction as your left foot, and reaching the arms up, opening the chest firm in the belly. Hands could be at namaste, they don't need to be all the way up. See if you've got a little bit of support behind the body. Press into that right foot to feel the buttocks working, opening the chest, the space between the shoulder blades, and releasing the left hand back down, and the body is more neutral, and then reaching the right hand up and over towards the chair back. So you're reaching almost behind where you were sitting. You can have your left hand on your hip, and then you're reaching towards your left elbow. We're going to do one more, reaching back to neutral, and then reaching over. Coming back to neutral, releasing the right arm down. We're going to gently slide the right knee forward, and then we can tiptoe our way round to the front again. Aces. Okay, so hopefully you feel a little bit of openness across the hip flexors. Tight hip flexors can lead to all sorts of problems with the low back. So it's a really nice one to do to open, and we can do it by not just twisting, but leaning, folding in all different directions. Very good. So we are going to move now into a breath practice. So if you want to put on warm clothing now, it's a nice time. If you want to gather your blankets for relaxation as well, it is a good time for that. I shall just do that very thing. So a little jumper, perhaps a scarf, perhaps some cozy socks. Who knows? You can do whatever you like. And if you've got something to just put underneath your feet to give them a little bit of support, so that when you put your feet on it, it's a little bit more restful for the hips, then you can. Blanket over the legs if you'd like. But for now, we're not sitting all the way back in our seats. So still maintaining that inner strength, that inner lift to sit upright. We haven't quite relaxed yet. So today we're going to do Ujjai breathing, or Ujjai breathing. And Ujjai breathing is the soft, snoring ocean breath. Sounds a bit like Darth Vader, for those who are familiar with the reference. And we've done this in class a few times before, but I thought we'd try it again today because it's a really lovely way of creating that inner calm and bringing your awareness into the present moment. Doesn't involve counting the breath, which is a bonus for some people, I know, but it also has the effect of warming the core of our center, that is in the center, but the core of our being. So we get an inner glow of warmth, which can come up as a nice internal heat energy, not overwhelming, just gentle, or it can come up as an inner glow of energy that blooms. It gives us lovely skin, it makes us feel radiant from the inside, shall we say. So Ujjai breathing. And to do this, we'll go through some stages, just in case anyone has forgotten, which is all fine. So to begin with, just resting the hands, sitting tall, feeling that inner strength to create length in the back of the body, closing the eyes. And just noticing how your breath feels right now. Can you relax your face, your tongue, jaw, shoulders, chest, and back? And so as we move into the Ujjai breathing, we're trying to create a whispered R sound, like you're trying to mist up a mirror with your breath. So we're going to exhale through our mouths, making that whispered R sound. Let's do 2 more like that. Normal deep breath in. Nice long steady exhalation. 1 more. And now the same thing, but with the mouth closed on exhalation. Just 1 more right now. And then relaxing for a moment, you can open your eyes if you'd like to. And if you didn't have them closed, it's okay. So just for this moment, relaxing the throat, swallowing, moving the jaw around if you need to. So when you're making the sound very much comes from this space at the bottom of the neck and the top of the chest, because the sound is made by the soft movement of the breath over the vocal cords and by the partial closure of the glottis as well, which is what stops us swallowing things into our lungs most of the time. So it's those 2 active contractions that allow that sound to come. And we want the sound to be long and steady and smooth and soft. And that comes with some practice. So don't worry if it doesn't sound like that right now. But what we want to avoid doing is sniffing. So where the sound comes from the nose and it's very up here just behind the eyes. So we definitely want the sound to be down here in the throat. And if you're finding that challenging, then stick with doing this through an open mouth, but don't do so many because it's quite drying to do it with an open mouth. For those of you who would like to try doing this through an inhalation and an exhalation, we're again going to do a few with the mouth open and then close the mouth and carry on. And what we're aiming for with Ujjayi is a continuous breath. So the breath is like waves on the beach, coming in and moving out, but without really stopping. There's no real pause or breath retention or holding in that pattern of breathing. So think of your breath like the sound of the ocean. Sitting when you're ready, nice and comfortably tall, arms relaxing. And we'll begin by taking a normal breath in and then using Ujjayi out through the mouth and keeping the mouth open to breathe in through the mouth as well. So a normal breath in. Ujjayi breath. And as you inhale. And now closing the mouth to continue. Try to make your breath a little slower, a little longer. Feel that you're becoming the sound of the ocean in your head. See if you can even visualize or feel the sense of waves coming in and out on a sandy beach. As you continue, see if you can soften the features of the face, relaxing the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. And now see if you can make your Ujjayi just a little softer. So we tend to project it, trying to make a big sound as we learn. But see if you can make it more subtle, more inside, more internal. And as you do so, perhaps it's just a little longer. And then at the end of your next exhalation, simply allowing your breath to release into its natural pattern and fall into quietness. Observe the effect of your practice. Soften the features of your face, maybe swallow to soften the tongue and the throat. Notice the quiet. Notice the stillness. And then as gently as you can, settle yourself towards the back of your chair so that your body can soften a little deeper. With the eyes gently closed, you can find that deeper relaxation. With Ujjayi, it's very important to relax the throat after practice so that the breath finds quietness again. Move your awareness down to your feet and mentally repeat after me. I relax my toes and feet. I relax my toes and feet. My toes and feet are relaxed. I relax my legs and knees. I relax My legs and knees are relaxed. I relax my hips and buttocks. I relax my hips and buttocks. My hips and buttocks are relaxed. I relax my back and spine. I relax my back and spine. My back and spine are relaxed. I relax my abdomen and chest. I relax my abdomen and chest. My abdomen and chest are relaxed. I relax my fingers and hands. I relax my fingers and hands. My fingers and hands are relaxed. I relax my arms and elbows. I relax my arms and elbows. My arms and elbows are relaxed. I relax my neck and shoulders. I relax my neck and shoulders. My neck and shoulders are relaxed. I relax my face and head. I relax my face and head. My face and head are relaxed. I relax the whole of my body. I relax the whole of my body. My whole body is relaxed. I relax my thoughts, my mind. I relax my thoughts, my mind. My thoughts and mind are relaxed. My mind is like an ocean without waves. Its crystal clear waters are calm and deep. I dive into that ocean of infinite peace and relax. Relax. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet by wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe rolling the wrists or the ankles, making movements with the hands and the feet. When you feel ready, take a long deep breath in, maybe yawning or stretching the arms, stretching the legs, stretching the neck if it feels good. Sides of the body, maybe. Bringing the hands and placing them on top of the heart or at the center of the chest. And just taking a moment to feel like this last hour of yoga is the potential of the start of a better day or a better week or a better hour. Try to build on this foundation of nurture, love, compassion for self. Try to have a healthy and happy rest of the day, rest of the week, and beyond if you like. When you're ready, bringing your hands to Namaste. Wishing you Namaste. Thank you for joining me so much for this practice, guys. I'll see you again soon.